hear this from people living on the streets a lot, that especially in the downtown area, there's just a shortage of places where they can go and do things like relax, charge their phone, use a restroom, and that's because a lot of businesses require they buy something first. Well, this week, the most ubiquitous coffee chain in the world ditched that policy. It all started in Philadelphia. Back in April, cell phones rolled as police arrested 2 black men for sitting in a Starbucks without buying anything. Turns out they were there for a business meeting. Backlash followed, and Starbucks responded by closing all stores for a day of racial bias training and announcing a sweeping new policy. Now all are welcome to sit in Starbucks cafes and use their restrooms. No purchase required.
I think that's actually a really good idea.
Customers' reactions were swift,
I think it's an overreaction.
with many here connecting the new policy
Probably going to let the devil in the door
to Portland's housing crisis.
with either homeless people or drug addicts.
I also understand the homeless population that we have, and I don't think businesses should be disrupted by that.
In fact, it's a conversation being had on the national stage. An op-ed in the Washington Post arguing the shift would give way to, quote, Starbucks homeless problem. Then there was this conversation. Do you really want to, deal with a mass of homeless people or whoever's in there could be drug addicted? You don't know. This clip posted on Twitter from NBC's Megyn Kelly today.
That's not the solution,
But
there are
of
places
course
for the
it's not.
homeless.
Of course it's not a solution, but it's also compassionate.
And it's an argument Starbucks knows is heating up. In a statement to KGW, a rep pointed out their policy isn't all black and white. The chain still requires people in Starbucks use spaces as intended and be considerate of others. Do something that staff believe violates those rules, and you'll be asked to leave. Staff at Portland's Union Gospel Mission have heard both sides many times before.
Many of the homeless are unwelcome or feel unwelcome at establishments. Possibly they can't afford to buy anything.
It's one reason why they keep this day room open 5 days a week. Here, people drink coffee, charge cell phones, and eat food, some donated by Starbucks.
It is a lot like a coffee shop.
A coffee shop that Stacey Keene argues is a needed safe space.
I don't know that people realize how damaging it is to be looked at differently, to be excluded, to feel like there's already a stereotype or bias against you based on your houseless condition.
If you can't buy something, they won't want you there.
James Moore knows what she's talking about.
They do make assumptions. I know people carry purses. I carry a backpack everywhere I go.
Today, we found him sitting in front of the new Starbucks in Chinatown. He's glad about the policy shift, but he wishes people would realize it points to a need outside of a coffee chain's control.
People, they wonder why people are pissing and shitting on the streets because there's no public toilets,
Maggie Vespa, KGW News.